Yes, our God is able. He's able. I know He's able. I know our God is able to carry us through. For He has healed the brokenhearted. He set the captives free. He healed the sick, raised the dead, and walk upon the sea. Our God is able. He's able. I know He's able. I know our God is able to carry us through. Yes, yes, He is able. That's why we are here. That's why I'm able to sing. That's why you're there, able to listen and to watch me sing. And I'm sure you sang along with me. He is able, more than able. Once again, if you're seeing me for the first time, you're very, very welcome. My name is Ife, and the name of the channel is Ifechi Family. For those of you who don't know me before, I am a married woman, 30-something years of marriage. So today, based on my experience, on years of experience of marriage, I want to advise us. I want us to talk. You might be wondering, where is she sitting? Yes, I'm sitting on the floor. We are going back to basics really today. So that's why I'm on the floor. And because it's so cold here, I'm all dressed up. We're about to go out with my husband. I said to him, give me a few minutes. Let me just sit down and address our people before we go. So that's why I'm dressed like this. Before I go out, I'll wear my proper winter coat. I've actually been sitting at home with my hot water bottle as well. You know, it's so cold. So you see that even though you heat the house, but you can't heat the house for 24 hours. So you heat the house is warm, and you still feel cold. So it's all socks and everything. And those of you in Africa will be like, wow, and we are here roasting. That's the world we live in. Some people are cold, some people are freezing, some people are, very warm. But we thank God for all weather. We thank Him for everything. So, without wasting too much time, today I just want to go into talking to us, women, men and women, to everyone, couples, in particular couples, I want to talk to. But those who are not yet married, who are not couple, but are young women or young men, this will also benefit you for future. So what I want to address today really is raising up children. Like when you are already married and God blesses you with children, we thank God for that. And I'm using this opportunity to pray for those who are also married and waiting for this type of gift, that God will also bless you with children. You are all in my prayer list this year, 2021. There will be so many testimonies. So going back to what I was saying, those of us who have children, mine are all grown up, but I'll talk from my experience and from the people I've dealt with, what I've heard people say, mistakes. I'll call it some mistakes we make as a married couple raising up children that we have to avoid. And those of you who are coming behind, try to avoid these mistakes while you're raising up your children. The first mistake is when you're raising up children, if God blesses you with both boys and girls. For me, I'm blessed with boys only, but if you're blessed with either boys or girls only or mixed, this what I'm going to say now, will benefit everyone. So when you're raising up the children, especially those of us from our background, I think it's all over the world really, where boys are raised up in a way that they are not meant to be domesticated. It's only the girls that will help out in the kitchen, the girls will do this, the girls will do that, and the boys will be there watching TV, playing their games, or going out if it's a good weather to play football, whilst the girls are in the kitchen or helping their mom in the kitchen or around the house. This should not actually be happening. For me, I raised up 4 kids here in UK. So there was I didn't have any maid. So if my children were not brought up to help in the house, when you finish eating, wash your plate, do this and do that, just basic things. And also learn to cook. Because they learn to cook. Because that boys, doesn't mean that they cannot cook. Because in this day and age, anybody can cook. In my home here, I cook, my husband cook. There are, we just, sometimes we are both of us are in the kitchen cooking and chatting, so nobody can say, oh, I can't do this, oh, I'm a boy or I'm a girl, I can't do this or I can't do that. We just have to raise them up, our children up, in similar way, so that they will be able to do things for their own future. Because when they grow up now, things are changing. I remember in those days, years ago, when we took our sons back to Nigeria for the first time, and I think we only had 3 of them at that time. We took them to Nigeria for the first time. So my husband was helping bathing them, and people were like, sort of, what is he doing? While I'm there and he's bathing the children, and my mother-in-law, and her blessed memory, she said to them, please leave them alone, because by that time she has visited us in UK. That was when we were in Scotland then. She already visited us, so she spent some time with us so she could see how we did things, and there's nobody to help, that two of us have to put hands together to do things around the house and raise the children up. So she told them off and said, leave him alone. That's how they do it over there. They don't have any maids there, so he has to help. And then that was it. So she she did that, and it was okay by me, and nobody said anything anymore. So because it's the norm back home. Oh, you don't see the father birthing their children. I don't know about now, maybe things have changed, but in those days, no. Or seeing a man in the kitchen. Even women in Nigeria now, when their husband, even if the husband wants to come and help out in the kitchen, the women will say, oh, no. They'll be wondering, what's wrong with you? What are you doing here? So in that way, I don't really blame the men, because this is how they were brought up. And and I don't blame the wives either, because that's how they were brought up. And maybe somebody sees their husband in the kitchen, they might think, oh my God, this man is a weakling. What is he doing in the kitchen where a woman should be? But this is now 2021. All those mentalities, all those things have got to stop. If we really want to be happy in our marriages and in raising up our children, we have to, put hands together and do things to help each other. You're not doing it because you're a weakling. You're doing it because you love each other and you want to help out and you want everybody to be happy at home. Because if one person is always slaving around doing things, another person is just sitting there watching telly and so on, there will be disharmony at home. The woman will not always be happy. And trust me, if a woman, a mother, is not happy at home, the whole atmosphere is not the same. Nobody will be happy at home. So I'm not saying that we have to throw a tantrum to show that we are women. No, but all I'm saying is that it's good for us, to work together. So please, husbands and those who are not husbands yet, men, please, as you are thinking or considering getting married, always remember that marriage, it's not what it used to be. Nobody will frown at you or think that you're a weakling by helping your wife. If anything, they will all be like, wow, this is good. I like to emulate this. So please, let us have that at the back of our minds. It helps a lot to work together. We don't have any mates. Yes, my boys are all grown up. But those of us who still have very young family, we need to help each other out. Another thing I want to talk about is when you're raising up children, the children of nowadays are so intelligent. You won't believe it. They're so intelligent that they can play one against the other. What do I mean by that? They may come to their daddy and say, oh, Dad, can I have this or can I do this? And dad will not give them a straight answer and say, oh, what did your mom say? Or go and speak to your mom. And I remember those days, and my boys will say, but you are the man of the house, you are the head of the home. Why do I have to ask mom? And dad will say to them, yes, I might be the head of the house, but we have to work together. Myself and your mom, we have to work together and agree together before things are done. And I always say to them, yes, your dad is the head, I'm the neck, supporting him. So we have to work together. You can't just say, oh, it's and if dad says something, assuming he's taking decision and told the children what he thinks, and then coming to mom to say, oh, can we do this, when dad already said no. There's no need for the mom to say yes when dad already said no. You have to always find out what did mom say or what did dad say before, and then both of you agree. And once they see that you are both agreeing before a decision is taken, they will no longer play one against the other. When a decision is reached, mom is saying the same thing, dad is saying the same thing, then they will be okay with it. But when they find out that they can go to one person and the person will say something else, and they will go to the other person and go to dad, and dad will say something else, they go to mom will say something else, they will always choose the ones that will benefit them, and they will go to the person. And it brings a disunity in the home. And don't ever also, please, married couple or people who are getting married in future, please do not talk about your wife, husband, that is their dad or their mom, in front of the children. Don't talk down on them. Maybe tell them off in front of the children, or use abusive words, look at you, you're this and that. No, because you're not helping. Those children are going to one day grow up, whether boys or girls, get married themselves. And what have they learned from you? Because you think they don't, no matter how little they are, they understand, they have idea what's going on, and they will follow the trend. They will think, well, that's how I saw my mom and dad do it at home when I was growing up, and they think it's normal because we are supposed to be their role model. So it's very, very important. I'm not saying that we're going to be 100% happy with each other all the time, but not in front of the children. Whatever it is, leave it and discuss it later. But in front of the children, please work together and sort things, together with your children. Show them love equally. Let them not think that, oh, dad loves me more than mom does, or vice versa. No, always be very, very, be the same when you're treating your children. Don't let them think that you love one and not the other, although whatever you do, sometimes they still feel the same way. But always make sure that you love your children equally. You may not like what they do all the time, but as for love, it has to be, it cannot love one more than the other, because they are all our children. So it's very, very important in raising up our children that we should be singing from the same song sheet. Don't ever, say to the children, oh, your mom is this, your dad is this, he's a horrible man, he's a this and that. No. And don't also pretend, because there's no point in pretense. Maybe in front of the children you're behaving, and well, you cannot pretend for too long because the children lives with you in that house. So it's always good to be yourself. When there's need for you to be unhappy about something, yes, you can be, but no harsh words, no abusive words, because the children picks these things up. And you wonder when they grow up, where did they get this from? Yes, I know that they go to school, they pick up things, but if we start early to show them, teach them the way to go, when they grow up, no matter, even if they try to derail, keep praying for them, keep loving them, and there will be a massive turnaround. So this is just a short video before we go out. I thought I would sit down here and talk to us, especially this new year, 2021. Let us resolve to do something different. with our children, with ourselves, as couples. Let us resolve. If there are things that we have done before, we don't always get it. We have to keep reassessing ourselves. And if there are things that we think, this is not right, especially in bringing up our children, we have to drop those things and do our bit and show our children good example, because a lot is happening out there. Children are derailing, joining all kinds of gangs and stuff like that. So let us do our own bit and then be on our knees. Very, very important that we pray. Always pray for our children, because God does hear our prayers, especially mothers. We carry them in our wombs, we've fed them and everything, and God answers our prayer. Once we cry to him, once we've done our own bit, though, as mothers, as parents, and then we cry to God about our children. Tell God what you want from these children, no matter how bad you think they are. Do not ever use negative word. Do not ever curse them, but always bless them. I know it can be difficult sometimes, but try it and you will see how things will turn around. So, thank you so much for listening. And until I come your way again, I remain yours, Ify, from Ifechi family. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and God bless you. Goodbye.